I swear by the Almighty Allah
I swear by the Almighty Allah
that the evidence which I shall give to this commission
that the evidence that I shall give to this commission
shall be the truth,
the
whole truth, and nothing
but the truth. But the truth.
So help me Allah.
So help me Allah.
You can wait.
Could you kindly state your names?
My name is Sarjo Ceesay.
Where do you live, Mr. Ceesay? Where do you live?
I live at Sancho Village.
You work at GAMTEL?
Yes, I work at GAMTEL.
What position do you hold?
I'm the Director of Corporate Affairs and the Company Secretary.
Would you like to take a seat, please? Mr. Ceesay, you submitted some documents to the Secretariat of the Commission relating to this GAMTEL and GAMCEL. We will be trying to make sense of the documents, but I'll give them back to you. Did you bring copies, or these are...
No,
everything?
I came here a day before yesterday.
And submitted everything?
And submitted them, but I forgot the certificates of incorporation. I have them there.
Okay, I'm going to give you back the documents, and I would like you to explain them.
Okay.
Okay, some of the documents are not signed, like the memorandum and articles, by the shareholders, and so forth. I'd like you to explain. Now, you are required to provide or produce the statutory documents of GAMTEL, GAMCEL. Now, we've been told that GAMCEL is a subsidiary of GAMTEL.
Yes.
Now, let's start with GAMTEL, and give us the statutory documents, meaning it's a company, isn't it? GAMTEL.
Yes.
Okay, when was it incorporated?
GAMTEL was incorporated in 1984.
Okay, do you have the memorandum and articles and the certificate of incorporation?
I don't have the certificate of incorporation. That was the one set up in 1994. But I have the memorandum and articles, which I found in the files. Okay,
let's have those. The memorandum and articles of the company as it was originally set up in 1984. Can you collect them? Was the memorandum and articles amended at any time after it was incorporated in 1984?
Yes, they were amended twice.
Okay, you have the amendments, or the amended documents. Can we have the amended documents as well?
As I said, they were amended twice.
First amendment, when?
The first amendment was 2007, when GAMTEL, through government, entered into a partnership with Spectrum. Then the second amendment was done after the contract was terminated. Then the Office of the President instructed the Attorney General's chambers to regularize the situation. So they prepared a second set of memorandum and articles for both GAMTEL and GAMCEL. They are all tender.
This was which year?
This was 2014. And in addition to the memorandum and articles, I brought the certificates of incorporation for both GAMTEL and GAMCEL.
Okay. What is the date of that certificate of incorporation?
GAMTEL was done first, and the date here is 31st July 2014. Then afterwards, GAMCEL was done, and that was 16 September 2014.
So these were reissued?
These were?
Reissued?
Yeah, they were issued.
No, I mean, were they reissued? Because you don't have the original certificate of incorporation. Since the company remained on the books, it was never liquidated, why do you have certificates of incorporation dated 2014?
No, as I said, this is as a result of the directive given by the Office of the President to regularize the status of GAMTEL following the termination of the Spectrum Partnership. A letter was written direct from OP to the Attorney General's canvas, directing them to regularize this in consultation with GAMTEL.
I see. Do you have a copy of that letter?
Yes, I do, ma.
Yes. Could you add it to the documents you're handing over? Office dated 1st December 1987. Do you have anything to explain? These are unsigned.
Yeah.
You don't have the signed copies?
No, unfortunately, I was not with GAMTEL then. And since they called me on Friday, I've been searching through the documents to see whether I can see the actual original. Even during the regularization of the status of GAMTEL, we searched for these things we could not see. Unfortunately, the company secretary then, Jan, died 2 months ago, so there is no way I can see these documents.
But the Registrar General's office does not have signed copies?
No, I went to the Registrar General's office. Original copies are not available there. It's only these photocopies.
That's the photocopy with the stamp of the registrar.
The photocopies I brought are the exact copies at the company, Registrar of Companies office.
All right. Just for the record, originally, at least by this copy, that unsigned copy that we have, the shareholders were, as registered originally, was 1 share for the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, 1 share Managing Director, Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation, and 1 share Managing Director, Gambia National Insurance Corporation. Is that correct?
Yeah, at that time.
Yes.
It was correct, but later on it changed to 1% GNIC, then 99% Ministry of Finance. Then again, during the regularization, after the Spectrum termination, it changed hands again. GPA, Gambia Ports Authority, 1%, then Ministry of Finance, 99%.
And when it was purchased by Spectrum, it's 50% Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, and 50% Spectrum International Holdings.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? Yeah. This was in 2000 and... Let me just check the date. 2008. Unfortunately, the dates are not entered, but it's in 2008. There is another amended articles that you gave me for 2016, 8 March 2016.
Yes, ma'am. And,
oh no, this one is for Gambia Cellular Company. We'll come to that one. Okay. Mr. Chairman, may I apply to have admitted Memorandum and Articles of Association of GAMTEL Company Limited, which are not signed by the subscribers to the memorandum and articles, but stamped by the Registrar General as the best evidence that we can find for the moment. Also the Memorandum and Articles of Association of the same company, GAMTEL, as amended twice. The first one being the first one that I have here, when Spectrum purchased 50% of the shares, and the second one, according to the witness, in 2014, when there were directives from the Office of the President that the situation be regularized, together with a letter from the Office of the President dated 24 July 2013 to the Managing Director, GAMTEL, and copied to the Attorney General, Chambers, and Ministry of Justice for the regularization of the status of GAMTEL. Could you compile the documents for GAMTEL whilst you're waiting?
For GAMTEL?
Yes.
Documents of incorporation of GAMTEL, to wit, A, Memorandum and Articles of Association of GAMTEL dated 1984/85. Note that no day or month is stated. B, Memorandum and Articles of Association of GAMTEL dated 2008. Again, note that no day or month is stated. C, amended Memorandum and Articles of Association of GAMTEL dated 30th July 2014. Admitted mark SC 63.
Thank you.
Correspondence
Okay.
between Managing Director GAMTEL and Secretary General, Office of the President, for the period 11th July 2013 to 24th July 2013. Request for any documentation regarding the termination of the GAMTEL and Spectrum International Partnership. Admitted mark SC 64. I believe you wanted to say something just before we got hold of the exhibit.
Yes, Honorable Commissioner. Yes, what I wanted to say was the regularization of GAMTEL was triggered by the park peg. When we went to submit our reports at the park peg, the committee flagged that even though the contract has been terminated by government, but there is need to regularize the status of GAMTEL and GAMTEL for the fear that Spectrum may come back and claim the shares. So based on that, we wrote a letter to Secretary General to give us any documentation available. So that prompted their response, and they instructed the Attorney General's chambers to regularize the situation, and that GAMTEL closely works with them. That was what I wanted to say.
Thank you. Can we move on to GAMTEL? You have the
Yes, GAMTEL.
statutory documents for GAMTEL. When was GAMTEL incorporated?
GAMTEL was incorporated in November 2000.
What is its full name?
The full name is Gambia Telecommunications Cellular Company Limited, but in short we say GAMTEL, just like GAMTEL.
Yeah. Okay. Repeat the date, please.
The certificate of incorporation was issued on 17th November 2000.
Who are the shareholders?
We have internal shareholders, 99% by the Managing Director of GAMTEL and 1% by the General Manager GAMCEL.
Were there any amendments
Yeah, like
to the
GAMTEL,
Memorandum and Articles of Association?
like GAMTEL, there were amendments when Spectrum came, then another amendment when the partnership was terminated. Those were the two amendments.
So when Spectrum came, what was the amendment to the shareholding? What was the amendment when Spectrum came?
When Spectrum came, it was 50-50 like GAMTEL.
Yes, but what names are in the document, Memorandum and Articles as shareholders? Can you check and let us know? Read from the document.
Like for GAMCEL, I do not see any documentation having a separate article and memorandum for GAMCEL. I believe they just saw it as a company with its subsidiary. So they treated it that way.
So there was no amendment to the Memorandum and Articles?
During the Spectrum time?
Yes.
That's why I said maybe it was a super memorandum including GAMCEL.
Mr. Ceesay, let's just speak to the facts. My question is, was there any amendment to the Memorandum and Articles of Association of 2000? Was there an amendment?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I believe when Spectrum came, amendments were done, but it was incorporated in GAMTELs. But after the termination of the contract, there was a separate memorandum and article for GAMCEL also, which I have. Yeah.
Okay. So you have the Memorandum and Articles of Association of 2000? 2000?
Yes.
And then you have another amendment when?